Were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days, and I still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to say. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe?
Fresh off the mass is the brand new cancerous growth who has come here to vie for your vote. Come here to cry at the camps and to mourn at the shore for the bodies that float by the wreck of an immigrant boat. Then it's back to their luxury home, couple security booths and a moat. Couple cigars, little escargot, little booze and a soak. Just breathe in the steam and the smoke. Pink salt, lavender, candles are low. Shit, when you do what you do, gotta lighten the load. And he got a life of his own that's a sight to behold. And it's a lot to control, to decipher the code or to siphon the soul. The cost of a good night's sleep for the working elite is a bargain, no matter the toll. Worth any wager, and that comes straight from the mouth of the means to the goal that will swallow us whole. Right for the picking if you don't mind mold, and you know I don't. Maybe we're pleasantly prone, maybe we're taking a licking, compliantly ticking and ticking and ticking, but never explode. No, I don't deliver the prettiest image, but damn if it isn't an accurate vision of natural fission, of rage at the system and abject heartbreak, patiently waiting for any who will listen. That little blue bird who was watching your words is a federal carrier pigeon, a Langley first. It's a patient observer who hears what it wants and is trained for the worst. Oh, you got nothing to hide. They'll be the ones to decide that after they root through your purse, after they read all your text, after they raid your apartment, confiscate all of its contents, then conjure up evidence out of the air on a wing and a prayer and malicious intelligence nonsense. Any presumption of innocence long since gone, right along with your comforts and constants. Historically first they will come for the communists. So why in the fuck would I say I'm a communist? Well, it might be I love my community more than the monsters of opulence who are holding us hostage, who are vomiting promises. Might be I'm all done seeing our pensions and benefits harvested. Might be I'm all done watching the populace being disarmed in the guise of an armistice. Watching a woman collapse on the floor who will rise no more. She is wheeled out the door and you're next in line for the pharmacist. If you can get me to vote, it's a hard no confidence. But part of the charm of deception is politics wearing the mask of incompetence. It's all in the art of austerity, darling. It's all in the slide of the providence. Until home is as wide as your cubicle height and is only as deep as your coffin is. Maybe I'm miles away from impatience, aching to break off the head of the snake where the capital lust, reptile brain, and the margin of profit is. Like off with his. Like off with his.
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days, and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe?
When you are not with where majority of Americans are, then, you know, that is extreme. That is an extreme way of thinking.
want to set you free, but I really want to let you be. And a part of me wished I could set myself aside, just let you take the ride, just chalk the rest up to destiny. I could let you believe that the only restraints in life are the size of your dreams. Let you believe each kid grows up with the world at their feet. When I know too well it's open season, I know they're taking stock and raising stocks and raising stock. And I'm simply not here to sit and watch as you learn the lesson all cogs are taught. Keep your head down and keep to task and just keep on blocking the rest of it all out. Just keep on with the rest of the herd of a million adjacent oblivious workers. The forest unseen for the trees, and the trees unseen for the fallout. Now what's more damning, baby, the truth or the ignorance? Fuck it, I honestly wonder if I see the answer so well. Baby, believe me well, I know it's scary, I scare myself. If I could find a way out of my head, I would run like hell. I would ditch this body politic, mindless occupant somewhere far from the dismal abyss. In the tranquil crystalline bliss of the beach, I could rest with the rest of the shells. And if anyone asks I'm anywhere else, if I'm really needed, just light the candle, then read the book and then ring the bell. Oh, my untarnished heart, my little perfect soul. This world will melt your mercy down so they can sell its gold. This world will take your worth and then demand 1,000-fold. It's full of greedy pigs who'll eat you out of house and home. They'll strip your bank account and sweep you somewhere down the road, and then return to eat your tent and shitty bike you rode. Your bottled water, only shoes and coat and broken phone. Then smiling in your face, they'll tell you that the shelter's closed.
An extreme way of thinking.
Hoped you would never find out, knew that you had to know. Pulling what's left of my mind out, trying to tell you so. I tried to block the light out, knew you could feel its glow. I've been here holding my hands out, trying to keep you close, trying to keep you
Oh, my untarnished heart, my little perfect soul. This world will melt your mercy down so they can sell its gold. This world will take your worth, then demand 1,000-fold. I tried to block the light just so I could keep you close.
Good morning, Sunday morning. Good morning, Sunday morning.
We're 40 Sunday mornings out from normal, and the world is not the same. Said you waited for a warning, but the warning never came. Don't shine a light in my face.
Nancy gonna cut you a check too late. 2 years after your funeral's paid, 2 years after the grave, she'll be a little stronger for all of the dollars she saved. Watching you wake, watching you cling to your family slipping away. Watch her do nothing but pray. Watch her condemn the Republicans, take them to brunch and then shrug it away. Now watch us be outraged half of a day, then pick a new hero to face our leaders and think they could beat them, playing the game they played since Pelosi had real human blood in her veins. They're all one and the same, sold off stocks and they all maintain that the risk was benign and the virus was tame. Flash forward in 40 Sunday mornings fade, 250,000 people in its wake, and the cruise ship sailed today. So motherfucker, don't shine a light in my face. Wait.
Good morning, Sunday morning. Sunday morning.
We're 40 Sunday mornings out from normal, and the world is not the same. Said you waited for a warning, but the warning never came. Don't shine a light in my face. Said you waited for a warning, but the warning never.
No, Indy left. What is happening here?
To check out IndependentLeft.news.
The Indie News Network.
Indie Left News.
Oh, hey, Indy Left.
IndependentLeft.news. Great work.
Indie Left News.
IndependentLeft.news.
Independent Left News.
Shout out to Independent Left News. Shout out.
Oh, what's up, Independent Left?
Friend show.
Thank you, IndependentLeft.news.
INN, Indy, you're wonderful.
I think Indy was onto something.
Independent News Network, Indie News.
Yeah. What's up, Indy, over on Rockfin?
Independent News Network, also known as INN.
Indie Left News.
I don't know if I would have made it through that 3 weeks without Indy, honestly.
No, I was just going to ask Indy.
A huge thank you and shout out to Indie Left.
No, you know what we're doing? We're world building, Indy.
Indie Left News.
You were doing the INN recruiting.
Indie News.
Independent Left News.
Shout out to Independent Left News.
Check out Independent Left News.
At Kennedy News.
I see Indy's in the chat. Hi, Indy. Okay, great. Bye.
Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Indy and it's Reef. Wow. Okay, I gotta move your camera on the mobile. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hi, everybody. Hey, watch this. Check this out. Whoa, we're getting fancy now. We got a whole new view. We're going side by side. We're going full screen. Now you're seeing Reef really up close. Look at that. Look at that dome. Look at that beard. Really, really sweet. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. We got everybody coming in. This is great. Oh, what a hell of a week. Let me tell you. Everybody, I think we're all ready to kind of relax and cut loose. I can't wait for boats, but we gotta get to boats. Reef's waving, but he actually is not mute. He can speak. What's up, dude? Speak. Hey, he can speak.
Not much. What's up with you?
Nice. Let's see. You had an anniversary this week. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. You and Durden and Colin and JB came in and did a surprise read, and that was fascinating on the Africa stuff.
Yep.
We want to try to help JB, and we're going to talk about that later, but we might as well get to that right now. Jay Buffont needs to travel to see a sick relative, and we would like to do what we can. So if you can, Cash App, if you have Cash App, $, James Fauntleroy, and just like his name is spelled, and you can hook him up with a couple of bucks, and I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. And we love JB, and whatever we can do to help him. Yep. Yeah, so Colin says it's his grandma, so we have confirmation there. So we definitely want to help out JB, and any solidarity, any mutual aid that anybody can hook JB up. I know also, look, Lori Spencer's in the chat. She tweeted earlier. If you look up her Twitter, nobody likes to have to ask, but her family was impacted by the tornado in Oklahoma tremendously. And they're struggling, and any mutual aid for them as well. I know this is not how I wanted to start the show, but welcome to the reality in 2023.
Yep.
Now, I will, let's actually get to it. So welcome everybody to How Do We Miss That? Because we got about 25 people now. How Do We Miss That is a show featuring articles written by independent journalists. We expose corruption. They cover workers organizing, environmental crises. We're going to talk about another one of those today. And while we're challenging corporate establishment narratives and talking points, we're certainly going to do that. New episodes stream live Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Rockfin, Substack, Facebook, Telegram, everywhere, including IndieLeft.news itself. The podcast usually published within a day or two on Amazon, Apple, Google, Spotify, and more. I'm Indy. I'm the co-host. I'm founder and editor of IndieLeft.news, IndieMedia.today Substack, Indy's Tech Tips exclusively on Rumble. Check that channel out. Really, really interesting. And I got this guy sitting next to me. He's not really virtually. Reef Breland. He's actually in Florida, and I'm in New Jersey, so everybody knows we've never actually physically met, but that's a whole other story. He's INN's technical director. He's co-founder of INN like I am, creator of INN News, like I said, and Reefer After Dark. We're talking about a 420 special, maybe. We're going to see. Yeah. I know Joe's also working on somebody's working on a theme song for Reefer After Dark, so there's a lot happening there. Check out all of our channels at indienews.network for the network. We're a family of independent content creators. You've got a couple of them in chat right now. Colin, I don't know if Big Mad Crab's in there, and there's definitely some others likely, and Reef too. Make sure share the like the stream, subscribe to our channel, all the platforms you watch and listen. Like I said, we're everywhere. We're even streaming tonight on INN's Rockfin because I felt like it was missing a little bit of indie on it. I mean, I don't know the last time I've been on INN Rockfin, so we got that going tonight. All right, we got. Whoa, hey, that's a little up close. That's Reef on the bong cam right there. And we can get to the main screen. That's right there. All right. So I have got, hey, you're not supposed to see that. Let's go back to that. Hold on. Let me go back to the slideshow before I do that. Go slideshow so we can see our thumbnail. Hey, what? Slideshow on. Slideshow on. Hey, okay. Indy's finally. We're a little slow tonight, but we're there. We're getting there. Thank you. All right.
Does the claps work with it again? Like you're supposed to be able to clap on, clap off, right?
Well, I think we've now done it with our phone. I think there's an app for that these days, but yeah, sure. I'm down with that.
Okay.
All right. So we've got 4 stories we're going to cover tonight. We're going to start with the Dollar General, and that's from Judd Legum, Popular Info. We're going to talk about Germany and what happened over there. Yeah, Bean Boy. We're going to talk about Patriot Act 2.0, the Restrict Act. You know, they might as well call it the Resist Act, like it's because it's completely being somewhat partisan put out, but now bipartisan support. And then, of course, poison water, which we know is happening in too many places. So we're going to cover all that tonight. Let's talk about Dollar General. I was not aware of what the hell's going on at Dollar General. This is something that the folks over at Popular Information, they're a 3-person team, completely independent. Yes, they lean toward the Democratic side, but they are really watchdog journalists, and they follow the money, and they hold corporations accountable in addition to Republicans. And they're a little, I would say that they have extreme views on January 6ers, but that's okay. I can disagree with them on some stuff, but I still think what they're writing here is really critical and very important to showcase it. I don't see anybody else talking about this. So that's why I love talking about it on How Do We Miss That? Dollar General, one of the most successful retailers in the world. It recorded last year $38 billion in sales, right? Profit. That's up more than 10% over the previous year and generated $3.3 billion in operating profit. That's a slim margin, but for retail, it's pretty decent. Over the past 5 years, the stock's increased by more than 120%, and its current market cap is $46.7 billion. That's the total worth of the company. If you multiply the number of outstanding shares times the current share price, that's what the market cap is. Dollar General's found success by offering discount goods, as we know, in rural towns and low-income areas that are often ignored by other major retailers. And for many, it's one of the only convenient options to buy food, apparel, cleaning supplies, and other household items. Dollar General already operates over 18,000 stores and plans to operate over 1,000 more in 2023, an average of nearly 3 a day. That's insane. Holy crap.
Yep.
All right. It's an extremely dangerous place to work. What? These are hourly like employees. Here's why. Since 2017, OSHA has issued $15 million. That's a drop in the bucket when you have a $36 billion company in fines against Dollar General in connection with, quote, 180 inspections nationwide for numerous willful, repeat, and serious workplace safety violations related to unsafe conditions. Now, I'm going to say that 180 inspections out of 18,000 facilities nationwide is not a huge problem, but it's a big enough problem that we really need to look at what's happening to the people that work there. And we're all about, supporting workers and making sure that workers have safe, fair working conditions and a place that, it's not ridiculous to work at. Many of these violations.
Dollar General is like one of these companies that tends to focus on lower income areas,
Mhm.
right? Like where I live, there's instead of putting an actual realistic store, grocery store, whatever, they put a Dollar General in because that's somehow better, and they end up with $8 Generals in like one county, you know?
Jeez.
So
Yeah.
like
So-
because they're like when we could use a Winn-Dixie or a like an actual food store, like
A Kroger? You mean like a Kroger, Albertsons Kroger?
Right,
They now
yeah.
own like 3/4 of the world in the supermarket world. What's
Right.
interesting is
It
again,
usually
many
is like those food desert areas. It's all Dollar General, like that's where you can get your food at.
and Walmart. Yep.
So
Many of these violations
even
relate
then,
to.
I gotta travel 45 minutes to Walmart.
Wow.
You know, like so.
Yeah.
We're close to it.
But many of
Depending
these
on traffic.
violations are relating to their practice of staffing its stores with as few employees as possible. That's also really an issue. That means that there frequently aren't enough employees to unload and stock merchandise. Goods pile up in aisles in front of exits, which create unsafe conditions for workers and shoppers. For example, they said an inspection report issued this month in one of Ocala, Florida, Dollar General location, that's not far from you, found a double exit door in the back room obstructed by a rolltainer, which is a type of shipping container delivered to retail stores, a ladder, and garbage bags. In the store itself, multiple aisles were blocked by rolltainers and carts of merchandise. In its report, OSHA noted that Dollar General was cited for these kinds of violations at other stores in March of 2022, June of 2021, and 20, and July of 2019. For all these and other repeat violations at the Ocala store, including fire extinguishers that were improperly installed for inaccessible, OSHA proposed $710,000 approximately in fines. In February, a Dollar General store in Columbus, Georgia was cited by OSHA for stacking merchandise on top of rolltainers, again, exposing employees to struck-by hazards. All right, Dollar General was cited for similar violations in March and January of 2022. And again, you're talking about another $221,000 in fines for this Columbus store. That's $1 million basically between the two of them. So why does Dollar General keep paying hundreds of thousands in fines for failing to correct safety issues that could be resolved by hiring a few more employees per store? Well, because the fines are completely immaterial for a company of Dollar General's size. That's what they've done. They've basically weighed the fines against what it costs to employ somebody, and they say the total fines imposed since 2017 are equivalent to 0.04% of Dollar General's sales in 2022. That's just in 5 years worth of fines, 0.04% worth of sales in 2022. So basically, there is no penalty for doing what they're doing. OSHA's placed Dollar General in its severe violator enforcement program, which allows the agency to inspect stores even in the absence of a complaint, but it's unlikely this will make significant difference. Of course, it's not OSHA's fault. They're limited by the law. OSHA can only charge a company up to $15,600 per day for up to 30 days for failure to address an unsafe condition. So they're basically going to hit them with the maximum, right? So the system needs to be strengthened, but persistently unsafe working conditions are just one aspect of a broader legal and regulatory system that allows workers to be exploited, and Dollar General is taking full advantage. And that's really where I get really upset about all this, is this. Living on $17,000 and change a year, 92% of Dollar General's workforce earns less than $15 an hour, according to 22 report from the EPI. The report also finds 57% make less than $12 an hour, and 22% make less than $10 an hour. Among the 66 companies surveyed in the report, which includes the likes of McDonald's and Walmart, Dollar General has, quote, the highest proportion of workers making below $15 per hour. Another report from 2020 found out that out of 25 major U.S. retailers, Dollar General pays employees the least at $9.68 an hour on average. Man.
Jesus.
In 2021, and this is why people are quitting. Like, this is the best you could do, and their profits are $3.3 billion on $38 billion in sales. This is the best you can do. $9.68 an hour. Okay. In 2021, the median Dollar General employee earned $17,773, roughly $5,000 more than the poverty level, as More Perfect Union points out. Former Dollar General CEO Todd Vassos, in comparison, made 935 times more than, not Ted Lasso, He made 935 times more than the median Dollar General employee. He made $16.5 million in 2021.
Yep.
Throughout that year, the company also spent $2.5 billion on stock buybacks for executives and shareholders. This spending is part of an ongoing trend between Q2 2020, the beginning of pandemic, and Q3 of 2021. Dollar General doubled the amount spent on share repurchases, finds Brookings. Had these stock buybacks been redirected to workers, the company could have more than doubled its 2020 median pay. They could be paying almost $20 an hour right now if they had just taken the stock buyback money and given it to their employees. That's disgraceful. And how much more productive would those employees have been? And how much more profitable would those stores have been had they actually been? How much better employees would they have been able to have attracted had they doubled the pay of everybody working in 2 years throughout the pandemic, when they were getting pandemic relief money from the government? Like, this was all subsidized. These worker wages are by no means livable. In the United States, there is not a single place where an adult without children can meet their basic necessities with an hourly wage below $15. 2020, the GAO confirmed this reality. Watchdog Group identified Dollar General as one of the top companies with workers on federal assistance. In Oklahoma, for example, Lori, Dollar General was among the top 3 companies with employees relying on Medicaid. In Arkansas, Dollar General was in the top 3 for SNAP recipients. Dollar General, however, boasts that, with a wind comes. Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
It goes whipping through the plains.
Yeah, I don't think Lori wants to hear that song either right now.
Yes, she does.
No, not
Her
really.
favorite.
Yeah. Okay, so Dollar General brags that it offers competitive wages and benefits, really. At the same time, it tells investors that federal, state, and or minimum wage increases could have a material negative impact on our operating expenses. Earlier this month, the company said that it plans to focus on increasing scheduled hours instead of raising wages. In response,
make them work more.
That's right. Give them more hours, which gives them more pay.
Yes.
But
also makes them work more.
Yes. In response to poor working conditions, workers have been organizing for the last few years to demand higher wages and safer working conditions. Right?
Lori said no tornado jokes, please.
No more wind goes sweeping down the plane. Check 1, 2, real deep dish on that would be Ed Heller's got to be Mr. Pizza Man over on the Rumble. So we do have one real person. Fake views. If you're over on Rumble, chat, say hi. Views. All right. So Dollar General has been repeatedly accused of stealing wages from its employees. Of course they have. In January, 2 workers at a Dollar General store. Wait, I got to flip that. In Irmo, South Carolina, went on strike for 2 days. Quote, to protest multiple problems within the company, including mold, dangerous understaffing, and unpaid wages. Yeah, mold in their own store. The workers also filed a complaint with the South Carolina Offices of Wages and Child Labor, accusing the company of wage theft. That's the child labor is just part of that division. It's not that they're accusing them of child labor. I don't believe. I think it really is wage theft. One of the workers, who started at $11 an hour, was allegedly offered a promotion a few weeks after she began working at the store, but said that her paychecks did not reflect the 75-cent an hour raise she was promised for at least 3 months. According to Prism, Dollar General has not yet reimbursed their stolen wages. Other Dollar General employees have accused the company of requiring employees to clock out before they finish working, so stealing more time.
Fucked up.
Yep. That's like furloughing people almost in a way. Like, hey, clock out and stay here. In April 2022, Senator Patty Murray in Washington, she was the former chair of the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. She wrote a letter to Vassos asking the company about its alleged labor violations. We know what happens there, including wage theft. The letter states that according to lawsuits and press reports, Dollar General additionally misclassifies many of its workers as salaried store managers to avoid paying overtime. Everybody's a manager at Dollar General. I remember we covered that story last year and Bean Boy had it, Judd Legum. All right.
Bean Boy.
Yeah. The letter accuses Dollar General of expecting managers to cover hours without overtime, lunch breaks, or additional compensation, And the letter cites a 2014 settlement in which Dollar General agreed to pay $8.3 million to compensate former store managers who should have received payment for overtime hours, stating that it is clear the unlawful practices continued even after that settlement. And I believe the Supreme Court actually just, this is Dr. Evil level stuff right here. And it continues, Dollar General, man.
I've got a shitty story about Dollar General.
Yeah.
So I was hired at the local Dollar General at one point, and what had happened is that then my sister also got hired.
Oh.
And they never called me back to schedule schedule me. They literally never called me. Like, went for the interview, got the job, like, never called me. Like, what am I supposed to, what is that called? What am I supposed to do with that? Like,
well, did they give you a letter? Do you have anything in writing? No, they called you and were like, come in.
Yeah.
Did you ever come in?
They never said they never called me to say come in. It was the manager said I got the job at the end of the interview, and I was like, great. And they're like, we'll call you to schedule you, and be like, okay. And then they never called.
And then your sister went to work there?
And then the sister went, right. Yeah. And I think they have a rule to where you can't be family and right.
Family in the same store can't work.
Yep. So they just never called me to say like I can't work there.
That's fascinating. Yeah. Right. Screw Google says you should have called 100% and be like, dude,
probably.
Probably. Yes, that might have been. Well, that's interesting. That's bad employee. So, bad. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, Dollar General, look. Dollar stores are a reality. My wife is addicted to one of the dollar stores around here.
Tree?
It's Dollar Tree. They actually do pay their employees a little bit better, but those are not
they're no
fun
longer,
places.
Not
to
everything's
work.
$1 there anymore.
No, it's $1.25 now.
Back in my day.
Colin says you dodged a bullet. Yeah, that's true. You probably did dodge a bullet by being there.
Store's terrible too. Like,
all right. So Germany had a mega strike. This, I think I saw one article, or maybe Lee Camp covered it. I mean, like, nobody talked about this. And this is a pretty big strike. So what happened here? The mega strike. I'm thinking of Will Ferrell and the Let's Get Tropical, and what's the name of that movie? Oh man, the basketball movie. And Mega Bowl. It's the meaningless game that he made something important. Mega strike. But this actually was really important because Mega Strike brings Germany to a standstill in a fight for survival amid cost of living increases. All right. Just like France, once they see it starts breaking out. A major strike brought much. Yeah, semi-pro. Thank you. Brought much of whoever said that. Thank you, gamer. Yes, good call. Major strike brought much of Germany's air traffic, rail strike, and commuter lines to a halt on March 27th as workers demanded wage hikes in the face of rapid inflation. Workers at airports, ports, railways, buses, and metro lines heeded a call by the Verdi and EVG unions for the 24-hour walkout. It was just a 24-hour walkout, but to show them the power. Reuters described it as, quote, one of the largest walkouts in decades in Germany, while local media nicknamed it a mega strike. Right? So Verdi represents around 2.5 million public sector employees, while EVG represents 230,000 workers on the railways and at bus companies. The rare joint strike marks further escalation of an increasing dispute over a pay. It's not that kind of joint strike. I think weed's already illegal there. Over a pay packet to blunt the impact of surging inflation. You got joints and blunts.
Someone did that on purpose. Glen Black did that on purpose. That definitely did.
That was for Reef. Verdi is demanding.
Glen Black seems like Glenn Beck's like alter ego. You know,
he actually looks like Jackson Hinkle. It looks like British Jackson Hinkle, actually. Verdi's demanding a raise of 10.5% in monthly salaries, while EVG is seeking a 12% increase. Employees, mostly at the state and public sector companies, have so far refused the demands of the employers. Instead, they've offered a raise of 5%.
But what about the 10.5%?
What about the 10%? What about the 5%? They've offered a raise of 5% with 2 one-off payments of €1,000 and €1,500 this year and next, but that's not permanent. They love doing those one-time payouts, but those one-time payouts don't stick, and they don't translate to hourlies, and there's all kinds of steps, and then you end up getting a percentage if you're not a full-time permanent stipulations. Yes.
Gotcha.
As a result,
not
Berlin's,
like a South American person saying steps. Steep.
As a result, that's South African, not South American. Berlin's
South African.
Yes, Berlin's usually busy central train station was mostly quiet on the morning of the 27th of March after the National Railway canceled long distance and regional links across the country. There's a picture of the train board. Crazy.
Now
Berlin's.
Imagine, if you will, okay? I don't know, like, train companies in America were willing to, like, do this.
Well,
if train workers were willing to do,
but these are passenger trains. These are passenger trains. These are passenger commuter trains. I don't think you have the nearly the amount of commuter rail trains and workers, etc. nationally unionized. But
I'm saying, I love
like,
if.
Yes.
I mean, it's almost like someone would want to stop that from happening.
Well, maybe, but meanwhile, the arrival and departure boards at Frankfurt and Munich showed rows of canceled flights, and you can't really see it. But it's just like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's no bueno.
Those old flip boards.
Yeah, 160,000 passengers affected in one day, with some being redirected to smaller airports and then taking to FFM via buses. I mean, it's just, look, this is fuck around and find out. This is what this is what the airport security line looked like, or the check-in in Greece, in solidarity from Greece. Our solidarity with the workers of Germany on strike for wage raises, and they abandoned ship. Hell yeah. Verdi leader Frank Wernicke told public broadcaster Phoenix that labor struggle has no impact is toothless. He added that one day of strain with the prospect of reaching a wage agreement is better than weeks of industrial action. Meanwhile, according to German
first sentence he had, you could just put that up, like, labor struggle that has no impact is toothless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can we just tell every major labor group now that, please? Like,
seriously.
Ridiculous.
So, meanwhile, according to German national paper DW, Deutsche Welle, EVG's negotiating committee member Christian Lorock said the willingness to strike is very high, and the anger among the workers over being stalled by the employers is huge. Wow, that sounds familiar. We are striking today because in collective bargaining, despite the tight financial situation for many workers, we have not been presented with anything that is worthy of serious negotiations. Of course, the bosses were furious at the striking workers. Martin Seiler, head of human resources at state-owned rail company Deutsche Bahn, claimed that the strikes were groundless and unnecessary. And additionally, the German Airport Association said the strikes went beyond any imaginable and justifiable measure. Good. Maybe you'll know that we're serious. However, unions pointed out that their members are bearing the brunt of a soaring cost of living crisis. Thank you so much for NATO and Ukraine for a lot of that. But like many other countries, people in Germany are struggling with high inflation. The rate hit 8.7% in February. And as a result, unions called the strikes a matter of survival, quote. Earlier March, airports in Bremen, Berlin, Hamburg, and Hanover canceled more than 350 flights after security staff walked out. Bus and metro staff in Frankfurt also staged a strike. A third round of salary negotiations for public
trains and automobiles
sector workers began on March 27th. Amazingly, that when they walked out, that's when they start the third round. I guess it might work.
It does sound like a scene from planes, trains, and automobiles.
Kinda.
Like,
yeah, good
he
luck.
gets all the way to Germany. Like, it's just, oh no, we are striking ya. Like, it's just, anyway.
Bidenflation, I would also call that Borisflation, Lori. Bidenflation is global, but yeah, so is Borisflation, because this is also Boris Johnson that orchestrated and told, probably at the direction of Biden and U.S. Intel and MI6 and all those guys. But flights, trains canceled in Germany as strikes on the, as the strikes ground transportation. And this was from France 24, France. This was the other publication. I looked for these German strikes and for the one-day strike, transportation strike. Biggest strike in Germany in decades, and nobody talking about it. Why do you think that is? Because they don't want people knowing.
They don't want us to do it here. Yeah,
they don't want people knowing that the natives are restless. Airports and bus and train stations across Germany were to standstill Monday morning, causing disruption for millions at the start of the working week during one of the largest walkouts in decades as Europe's biggest economy reels from inflation. It's the same story, 24-hour strikes called by Verdi. Okay, about price of living, cost of living increases. And I think Depop Culture even says the cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save.
Yep.
Thank you, Jesse. Hi, Cynic. Employees are pressing for higher wages to blunt the effects of inflation, which reached 9.3% in February. Actually, they said 8.7. This one says 9.3. Germany, which is heavily dependent on Russia for gas before the war in Ukraine, has been particularly hard hit by higher prices as it scrambled for new energy sources. I wonder where they're getting that energy from now. Could it be Norway and the United States? I don't know, maybe. Norway. With inflation rates exceeding the euro area average in recent months, which, again, isn't a surprise. That plus the $100 billion that they committed to buy in weaponry, that kind of puts a dent into your economy as well. Persistent.
You mean economies get war weary? You mean that?
Well, not ours. Everybody else's seems to, but ours never seems to. But persistent cost pressures have pushed central banks to a series of interest rate increases, though policymakers have said it's too early for talk about price wage spiral. All right, so Verdi is negotiating on behalf of 2.5 million. We talked about the number of people. In the hours running up to the strike, both sides dug in their heels with union bosses warning that considerable pay hikes were a matter of survival, like we said, for thousands of workers. And 10.5% increase, further strikes. It's literally like they just copy-pasted this article. Here we go. Protest against Macron against the pension reforms also sparked the worst street violence in years in France. All right, Monday's walkouts are part of waves of disruptive labor strikes in wealthy European countries in recent months, including France and Britain, where hundreds of thousands of transport, health, education workers pressing for higher wages. Good.
Yep.
The strike will strain people's nerves, but economically, the losses are likely to be limited to the transportation industry because factories will continue to operate and many employees will continue to work from home. Well, sure, but still, despite signs of a second round of effects, we have not observed a destabilizing price wage spiral in Germany so far. I love that so far at the end there. All right, so we've got cool merch. Yep. Independent Left Not Shop.
Shut up and take my money.
Well, no, or INNmerch.com. I think that's the other one. I don't know if it's INN Merch or Indie Merch. I think it's INN Merch. Let's go back to that. All right, everybody in chat. Hi. Wow. Hi, everybody. 34 people. Wow, that's awesome. King of Kings. We got Oz here. We got Odds. We got .com. Cynic. Mastermind. From Savvy Chats. Everybody. Oh, look at this. This is a Bad Cookies Gamer. Thank you so much for hitting us up with that. I love Kelly Lee. Let's get tropical, man. I love that. That's it. At the end, he sends him the big check because he drained the half court shot. He's practically asleep, and he gives him $10,000. He says he's going to win $10,000. That and corn dog night. Corn dogs, Shaqy. Corn dogs. Everybody in here. I adore that movie.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Yeah, no, he's not such a bad dude, but he ran a bunch of bad boys. I know that.
Speaking of, Savvy had Iron member Colin on today.
Yes.
We'll stream that to the network. People should check that out for a student debt summit. It was actually very good, I thought. So go back, check that.
Absolutely.
Right here on the network if you want to look.
INN. So I want to talk about Patriot Act 2.0, and this is where I'm going to show you a couple things from the screen. I think it might actually be better to take this one. Yeah, this is bad. This is the Restrict Act. All right, it's the Patriot Act on steroids. DC Uniparty wants to use the anti-TikTok legislation, which we know this ain't about TikTok now, as a Trojan horse for censorship and surveillance. That's Senate Bill 686. I know Oz was talking about it. What is it? It is to authorize. What's that?
Who's this by? Shactel?
This is Shactel, the dossier. Yeah.
Okay.
And to authorize the Secretary of Commerce to review and prohibit certain transactions between persons in the United States and foreign adversaries for other purposes. And I'm going to run a funny video that's going to show you that I found a TikTok on Instagram Reels that really the guy broke it out and broke this down a little bit more. But TikTok, now Jordan, I don't agree with a lot, and I don't agree with his first sentence. TikTok is indeed a pestilence upon our society. No, okay, that's a little extreme. But there are right ways to go about minimizing this digital opium and its impact on our lives, and other means that will allow the American government to leverage the situation to further curtail our individual rights. I don't think that's a good idea. And unsurprisingly, the latter idea is making lawmakers in the Beltway beyond giddy this week. Yeah, of course they do. Of course it is.
Yep.
The Restricting the Emergence of Security Threats That Risk Information and Communications Technology, or Restrict Act, which was introduced in the Senate earlier this month, would do much more than just ban TikTok.
This bill couldn't even give it like a fancy schmancy,
like a flowery name. Right? Like to protect our children from
might as well call it
Chinese
the Big
Balloons
Brother
Act, right?
Or right. Like, yeah, exactly. The Balloon Act would have been good.
The Save Our Children Act. But again, this is no mere TikTok ban. It is a mechanism for a massive sweeping surveillance and censorship overhaul. The Restrict Act goes far, far beyond potentially banning TikTok. It gives the government virtual unchecked authority over the U.S. communications infrastructure. That sounds dangerous.
I mean, you could just take out virtual,
The incredibly broad language includes the ability to, quote, enforce any mitigation measure to address any risk to, quote, national security today and in any, quote, potential future transaction.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is right, Steph? The Senate legislation currently has 19 co-sponsors, all of whom are uniparty members in good standing. It is fully bipartisan, consisting of 9 Democrats and 10 Republicans, which means it's probably going to pass.
See Book of Carlin, chapter 3, verse 2.
That's right. Every time they're getting together, yes, they are usually standing behind you and doing it to you from behind. So TikTok is bad. Like, this is Darren Feinstein talking about overly broad language. Timcasts, and I'm not a big fan of Timcasts, but apparently this guy Ian Crossland fittingly described the legislation as the Patriot Act for technology. And I actually have this video queued up. So let me go to go to the slideshow off and hit escape here and go back to this and cue this up there and go back to here. Hey, look at that. It worked. All right. Ready? And hopefully you'll be able to hear it.
That's been introduced into the Senate, it's called the Restrict Act, is so dangerous because there really isn't much of a difference in these companies. If you start generally targeting social media companies for doing or for people doing things you don't like on those networks, it gives you carte blanche to just start ending networks, ending TikTok, ending Twitter. We're banning Twitter. We're banning YouTube because somebody on YouTube said that an election was fake. Like, I'm reading this bill. It's called the Restrict Act. Maybe we can pull this up at some point. And there's a few sections in the Restrict Act that are completely insane. Section 3, what do we have? Section 3(1)(c) is fucking insane. It's Section 3(a)(1)(c). What it says is, Oh my God, this is so crazy, dude. This is like the Patriot Act for technology, basically. We cannot allow this kind of
what does it do?
Power. It gives the Secretary of Commerce the ability to. Oh God, it's so okay. So let's see, Section 3A. The Secretary, in consultation with the relevant executive department and agency heads, is authorized to and shall take action to identify, deter, disrupt, prevent, prohibit, investigate, or otherwise mitigate these technologies, is what they're saying. If they pose an undue or unacceptable risk of interfering with the result or reported result of a federal election. And they're saying, like, if a person, this is any covered transaction by any person or with respect to any property subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. So any American citizen that says an election was fake on Twitter means that they can go into mitigating any mitigating act that they can take to solve that, meaning they could shut Twitter down.
We're fucked.
Well, thank you, Misty.
This
Yes,
bill
you're
that's
right
been introduced
there.
into the
Hold on.
Senate.
Now, what I wanted to do is this guy, and I believe it was Phil Winter. No, my friend Phil Winter over on the Facebook posted this, and he was like, "Oh my God!" I'm like. And I started watching it. I'm like, this guy's great. It's about 3 minutes long, but it's really entertaining. And he's as animated as I feel about this. So
$60 on printer ink for this
Wait, hold on. I gotta go back.
piece of shit.
Yeah, he's
4-in-1. It's got a scanner. Doesn't fucking work. I spent $60 on fucking printer ink that I have bought before. But of course, the printer ink apparently didn't work. I was missing magenta, so I had to go buy more ink so I could print out the entire Restrict Act. I wanted it in my hands for the ASMR feel. Okay, I didn't want to read it on the screen. Everyone's like, it's 55 pages long. I was like, no, it isn't. It's really short. It's only like 10 pages on the screen. They printed all fucking stupid. That's why it's 55 pages. But I wanted to sit down with my hands, touch it, feel it, and actually see it. So I could concentrate on this shit, and I sat there and I read the whole fucking thing. And first thing, this is not a TikTok ban. It could ban TikTok, but the word TikTok, the parent company ByteDance, they are not in this bill. They are not in the Restrict Act. Because this is not solely about TikTok. TikTok is the cover, so the rest of the internet won't give a shit about this. This bill allows the Secretary of Commerce to deem another country a foreign adversary and then cut them off from access to American internet. Think about that for a second. Think about it. They have a whole clause in here. The Secretary may, in consultation with the Director of National Intelligence, designate any foreign government or regime as a foreign adversary if the Secretary finds that the foreign government or regime is engaged in a long-term pattern or serious instances of conduct significantly adverse to the national security of the United States. So we are going to leave it up to the Secretary of Commerce to decide if we are at a cyber war. That's what this comes down to. And the Secretary of Commerce can make that decision. Congress can be like, hey, here's a resolution that says we don't like that. But this bill gives the Secretary of Commerce the power to put us in a cyber war. Are you hearing me? It's not about shutting off fucking TikTok. Okay, Reddit? All right, Fark.com? Okay? Every fucking reporter out there, read the fucking bill. By the way, this printer is made in China. It accesses my Wi-Fi, Senator Congressman. It accesses Bluetooth. And I process data through it, like U.S. congressional bills.
Yeah.
Pause real quick.
No, he's done. We're done there. He's good. He's pretty pissed.
So, right now, Secretary of Commerce is Gina M. Raimondo.
Gina Raimondo. Oh God, she was the governor of Rhode Island, and she's awful. Oh, she's not a good person. She's a total neolib.
Was Wilbur Ross.
Oh yeah.
So that's the kind of people,
multi-billionaire mega corporate mogul that he handed that over to,
who gets to decide who we're at cyber war with. Okay.
Here you go.
Okay.
And even our friends over at the Mises Caucus, or the Mises Caucus over at the Libertarian Party, the Restrict Act is not just limited to TikTok. It gives the government authority over all forms of communication, domestic or abroad, and grants powers to enforce any mitigation measure to address any risk to national security now and in any future potential transaction. I mean, you want to talk about
the kids these days, they're
1984
on their TikToks. And
right, but here's the scary part, is that a similar bill has already been introduced in the House called the Deterring America's Technological Adversaries Act, the Data Act. That's what you mean, that draconian name, all right, which has similar over-the-top security state initiatives. And unfortunately, the ongoing TikTok hearings in D.C., which we now know have been paid for basically by Facebook, because TikTok didn't want to sell to Facebook, so Facebook paid a bunch of lobbyists to get on DC politicians to say, hey, we need to worry about TikTok. And maybe TikTok will sell the U.S. division or their whole division to Facebook. And that's the political maneuvering that's happening corporate-wise. But unfortunately, the ongoing TikTok hearings have very little to do with protecting the rights of Americans from potential CCP data harvesting, and lots to do with protecting the uniparty dominance over the communications and surveillance space. That's what's really happening
Chinese
here.
Communist Party.
All right. Scary part is TikTok dilating our kids' pupils. Well, it's not just. Let me tell you, there's something
dilating our kids. That's definitely exactly who the Chinese government dilating our kids' pupils. Like, that's exactly what he would fucking say. Sorry, continue.
That's okay. Yeah. I mean, just draconian in language, in what it would do, in holy shit, like that just freaks me out. Justifiably so, I think. Shit. All right. So we got one more story, and it's about poisoned water. Water, as Reef loves to make fun of me for all the time. Because I'm from Jersey and I can't help myself.
The thing he doesn't drink. That stuff.
Enough of, but yes, I do drink some. We are made out of water. But Erin Brockovich, we agree with on some stuff, but she has been a tremendous advocate for the people of East Palestine, the people of Jackson, Mississippi. And who was it? Oh my God, I watched an Instagram and said basically, if Erin Brockovich shows up at your town, move.
Yeah.
Because shit's fucked up.
They need to get, they're called boobs Ed on the soundboard.
Yeah. So as more chemicals spill, more questions arise. And I think that that's appropriate, fitting. But Ohio, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, how many spills does it take Minnesota to wonder what's going on?
Lollipop?
It's happening all the time, and more people are starting to pay attention. We've already had 50 incidents this year across the United States, according to the Coalition to Prevent Chemical Disasters, who estimate that a chemical fire, explosion, or toxic release occurs every 2 days in the United States. Click on their website, and again, this is over at the BrockovichReport.com, to see a map and list of all the chemical facility incidents. About 124 million Americans, or about a third, live within 3 miles of more than 12,000 high-risk chemical facilities, and that's a lot of risk. Spills out. A lot of damage. You bet. Spills outside of Philadelphia, Minnesota, are just the latest to make headlines and spur thousands of residents to rush to the store to buy bottled water. Toxic chemical leaks, fires, and explosions are shockingly common in the U.S., according to a 2022 report from Coming Clean, a national collaborative of environmental health and environmental justice organizations and experts working to reform the chemical and energy industries, and the Environmental Justice Health Alliance for Chemical Policy Reform, which is a national network of
going clear.
Yes, not quite. But these are like actual advocates and not hucksters.
Yeah,
the National Advocate of Grassroots Environmental and Economic Justice Organizations. Now, the right wing would call them hucksters too, I'm sure. But they're actually just trying to get resources for their communities, which are being destroyed for capitalism. But let's talk more about these recent spills. near Philly. The company that owns the chemical plant, Trinseo, a buyout and rebrand of Dow Chemical, attributed the chemical leak of more than 8,000 gallons of a latex finishing solution to equipment failure at its Bristol, Pennsylvania location. Officials said that the spill contained methyl metacrylate, butyl acrylate, and ethyl acrylate, which are commonly used to produce glass-like acrylics, but are also deemed hazardous to humans. Butyl acrylate was also among the hazardous materials detected at the recent East Palestine, Ohio train derailment site. Shout out to the folks at East Palestine.
Yep.
The toxins entered a storm drain. United for East Palestine, yes. The toxins entered a storm drain where they spilled out to Otter Creek and then to the Delaware River, according to the company.
I wonder if they're going to talk about the barges that got pushed up against the dam over in Louisville, on the Ohio River, that had I want to say 1,400 tons of methanol. Just in case people were wondering if the stuff I was talking about was going to happen. It does. That's my pop's industry. So, 1,400 tons is a lot.
I dropped a Twitter handle in chat, everyone, at Soupjax, SOOPJAX, has been doing tremendous sharing on all of the things that have been contaminating East Palestine and the water. And I've seen them apoplectic that nobody seems to be listening and paying attention. I'm listening, I'm paying attention, and I'd like other people too. Also, you are sharing amazing stuff, and it really is important. At SOOPJAX, I'll try to bring up a tweet or two of theirs, and you can see what I'm talking about. But just go check them out, and I'm sure you'll see what I mean. But Delaware River, of course, that's near my home. I'm in New Jersey. It runs 330 miles long. It flows through 5 states, including Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, and Delaware. And it provides drinking water to more than 13 million people. Thankfully, not me. But a 2021 EPA report found that equipment failures are the leading cause of spills, and that private industry was most often the responsible party. No surprise there. That report is the most comprehensive assessment to show that the number, location, and characteristics of chemical and toxic spills into U.S. drinking water sources using federal data from 2010 to 2019, it found almost 4,000 incidents of toxic spills into groundwater, rivers, or lakes used for drinking water. Oh my God. Yeah, we're being poisoned every day. Accidental releases of harmful chemicals into drinking water sources are a major problem for public water systems and the communities they serve, and despite the frequency at which they occur, communication continues to be problematic during these accidents. That's the understatement of the year. Initially, local officials instructed residents to drink bottled water out of an abundance of caution, then later said testing found water from the spill had not made its way into the city's system. So, yeah, like, what are you supposed to do? So, tap water will remain safe to drink through at least through 3:30 tomorrow. What's going to happen at 3:30 tomorrow?
It's going to be fun. Yeah, like I hope their watch is good.
At 3:27, can I fill up a pitcher of water?
Oh, sorry, we forgot to roll it back. It was spring.
We're fine.
I appreciated everyone acting with caution, but I also think testing can be tricky. And here's Erin hedging a little bit, but I understand why. The Philadelphia Water Department faced a class action lawsuit in 2016 due to questionable lead and copper testing practices. So she's concerned anytime officials decide that the water is safe so quickly, science takes time. I've watched for years as we changed what's safe, as more data can reveal the true impact toxic chemicals have on our bodies. And of course, we need to continue to invest in this kind of science. I think it's better to be honest and say, we don't know the true impact at this time. They can't ever do that. They never do that. Over the years, Erin says she's been criticized about whether or not she has the data to prove a chemical is unsafe. But the same question can go to these chemical corporations. Do they have the data to prove their products are safe?
Right. No.
People forget that Congress passed the Toxic Substances Control Act in 1976. Before that, we had no records of what chemicals were manufactured, used, or released into the environment, and no means of regulating them. By the way, thank you, Richard Nixon, for that. That was Nixon and the Ford administration, and then the Carter administration in 1976. Once he took over in 77.
Was that over lead gas, or was that over?
No, that was over the
aerosol.
The ozone stuff, maybe, but that was even in the 80s. I think it's more about the creation and of the EPA. You know, that was only
like the refrigerant. What was that?
That was a McGovern thing. You know, that was during the early to mid 70s that they created this legislation,
Agnew.
Pushed it through, and then it actually passed in 1976. This law gave the EPA authority to help regulate new and existing chemicals with reporting, record keeping, and testing requirements, and restrictions on chemical substances used commercially. It also gave the EPA, which had just newly been created, authority to maintain a master list of chemicals and keep inventory of them. Really important. But when the law was signed, more than 60,000 chemicals already in use became grandfathered into the system with no toxicity testing. None. So all the plastics and everything. Yep. We barely know what chemicals are safe when they're in a plant, when they're in the plant, when they spill out into the environment, and it's even more of a guessing game. And so,
meanwhile,
in Minnesota, right, more than 400,000
gallons. That's 400 the amount of contaminated water.
400,000 gallons.
Sorry.
All right, is the amount of contaminated water leaked from a pipe at a nuclear power plant near Minneapolis back in November, and they're just telling us about it now. The plant run by Xcel Energy is located in Monticello, a city of about 14,000, located next to no tiny body of water called the Mississippi River. Right.
There's also a big lake right above that. Keep in mind.
Yeah, Federal Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Well, they're the land of 10,000 lakes, so there's a lake everywhere.
Yes.
So the Federal Nuclear Regulatory Commission,
but like also the biggest,
posted a notice publicly at the time, right? But the company and state agencies did not notify the general public until March. So now we're talking about it. Officials attributed the leak to a water pipe running between two buildings at the plant site. And they say that Xcel took swift action to contain the leak, which poses no health and safety risks to the local community or the environment, the company announced. But ongoing monitoring has confirmed that the leak is fully contained on site and has not been detected beyond the facility or in any local drinking water, which is good. But just this week, a Minnesota utility shut down the nuclear power plant after discovering water was leaking from a pipe for the second time. The chemical of concern in the water is tritium, which is a radioactive isotope of hydrogen that's a common byproduct of nuclear plant operations. It emits a weak form of beta radiation. And I believe it has a half-life of like 10,000 years. It never breaks down. Safe. It will be in you forever. Edwin Lyman, who is director of nuclear... Yeah.
Tritium, you say, yes?
Tritium is what I said. That,
yeah. Like, in those?
Okay. If you say so. Edwin Lyman, Director of Nuclear Power Safety. Vision? Director of Nuclear Power Safety with the Union of Concerned Scientists, told ABC News the fact that there was a second tritium leak shines a light on the problem of maintaining aging pipelines underground at older nuclear plants. Well, there aren't any newer nuclear plants. A spokesman for the NRC told the local news station that the public's concern was very understandable. Well, thank you so much.
Yep.
And emphasized that the public in Minnesota, the community near the plant, was not and is not in danger. Sure. So my question is, where did the tritium go? And if it's safe, why are we cleaning it up? And are people drinking it? These are simple questions that deserve answers, and nobody wants to answer them because it means they're next. We let private companies.
Real glowy. Like it was glowy.
Well, scaly. Glows. I mean, we don't know. No, there'll be lots of rashes and sore throats and sickness.
No, I mean, tritium.
Literally glowy.
It straight up glows. Yeah, I'm like, it's the glowy stuff.
What?
That's like literally, it's in my like gun sights because it glows. You can do little bracelets with them, and I think that's what is it. Classically, it's the thing that was radon. Sorry,
yes.
My bad. But close enough. Like literally tritium paint is used in like watches now.
Right. So we let private companies call the shots, do their own investigation, tell us everything's safe, and then years later we wonder why everyone gets sick down the road. It's a story that happens all too often. Nationally, the costs and consequences of these often preventable happenings are staggering. Back Back to the 2022 report, the researchers found that in just 1 decade, incidents at facilities that use or store hazardous chemicals caused more than $2 billion in property damage, as well as the injury, death, shelter in place, or evacuation of 500,000 people. It's the job of the EPA, under the risk management rule, to prevent chemical disasters. What the hell have they been doing? The rule requires
paid off by businesses.
No, they got defunded by Trump and defanged and to a point, but really it's that they've been understaffed intentionally for years. All right, and not given the funding. Yes, for corporate greed. The rule requires facilities that use or store certain toxic or flammable substances above threshold amounts to develop a risk management plan and submit a summary plan to the EPA. But these plans must assess a worst-case chemical release scenario, develop an emergency response plan, and consider safety and prevention measures. And what I want to know is, where are the plans? Release the safety considerations and prevention measures. We all want to read them and learn more, and pick them apart and show why they're completely inadequate.
Dude, I've seen them. I literally, my father has to. They're videos. They literally have to watch a series of videos on it. And it's stuff like, you can't go in this room without taking this gadget, putting it on a stick, putting it in the hold. There's a individual called a tankerman that has to learn all that crap too. They'll get a card, right? And they also have to learn stuff like, I don't know, I have to make sure that when I pull this incredibly flammable toxic liquid out of the tank I'm pulling it from, what kind of vacuum it can produce, and can you decompress the entire barge / tank, and then get, I don't know, anhydrous ammonia, like filling the air, or like, they deal with explosive nitrates and all sorts of fun stuff. Methanol. But yeah, it's
like it says here, so many other great laws on the books. Okay, Erin, I think she's joking. The RMP rule has failed to prevent frequent fires, explosions, and harmful chemical releases from these facilities, and it also exempts many highly hazardous chemicals and facilities from regulation altogether. Lori Spencer said, call them the Environmental Polluters Protection Agency, and that's probably where they are today. The EPA has been revising the rule, and those revisions are sorely needed. There is no plan. There is no preparedness. And that's why folks are rushing out to buy water. It's why they email me and ask for help. We need better communication and transparency. It's not enough to drink one glass of water or show one test and say, this is fine. Yeah. Governor Mike DeWine, are you listening?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got some good merch, but I did have 2 other articles. I want to give a shout out this week to Julia Conley. Julia Conley over at Common Dreams has been doing really the entire time since East Palestine disaster started. She's been outstanding. And there were 2 articles late this week that I did not have a chance to crop up, but I did want to go over them real quick. So let me go here and turn off the slideshow and go back to full screen. Here we go. So Julia's article is CDC officers become sick while assessing contamination in East Palestine. Holy shit. Even the people, and listen to this. The reports add confirmation that the symptoms reported by East Palestine residents are real and are associated with environmental exposures from the derailment and chemical fire, said one scientist. Yeah. Okay, reports that several investigators with the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention became ill earlier this month when they visited East Palestine, offered the latest evidence that the air and water in the town is less safe than the state officials and rail company Norfolk Southern have claimed following the company's train derailment in early February. The CNN reported 7 physicians and officers from the CDC's Epidemic Intelligence Service traveled to East Palestine in early March, a month after a train carrying toxic chemicals, including vinyl chloride, derailed there, and then they burned it. The team reported developing symptoms including headaches, sore throats, coughing, and nausea while they were conducting their door-to-door assessment of public health risks. That's just while they were there. The symptoms were similar to those reported by many East Palestine residents at the crash and are consistent with the physical effects of exposure to vinyl chloride when it's burned, as it was by officials who conducted a controlled release. And there's no such thing as a controlled release. That's bullshit. They just burned it following the derailment to avoid an explosion. And just to avoid a bigger explosion. There was a huge explosion. As we heard from Mary, who we read her article that she wrote, the local resident, last week. Despite reports from people in the area who were briefly evacuated and then told just days after the accident that it was safe to return, state officials and Norfolk Southern representatives have insisted that no dangerous levels of contamination have been detected in air or water. Okay. Well, we must stop playing Russian roulette with our health and the environment, said Erin Brockovich. And there you go. That does not look healthy. All right. Nope. Report from CDC experts adds confirmation, as she said, that the symptoms reported are real, like we said. Norfolk Southern has removed roughly 9 million gallons of contaminated wastewater from the site of the derailment so far. Chemicals spilled into local creeks and rivers after the derailment and eventually floated in the Ohio River. Like you talked about, it's stopping barges. It's making its way to Ontario. It's making its way to Maine. And here they're talking to residents. They're all scientists. They're sitting up here telling us nothing's wrong. I want you to tell me why everybody in my community is getting sick. She's right. Here, you've got Andrew Welton. At least they quote Andrew Welton, Purdue University professor, who the United for East Palestine people shouted out as doing tremendous work at his own expense, showing up in East Palestine repeatedly. He's conducted these independent studies. He said on social media this week that he submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to CDC asking for documents related to the investigators' illnesses. All right. Right to Rochelle Walensky. So that was one Julia Conley article. The other one was on Friday. What happened? Biden DOJ sues Norfolk Southern for unlawfully polluting the nation's waterways. About time somebody does something. Now, this is performative theater. I'm telling you right now, this is performative theater. If anything, it'll be a slap on the wrist. Okay? It's going to give the senators a chance to grandstand and call the Allen, whatever his name, in front of Congress again and embarrass him and maybe give them a small fine. But it's not changing anything, unfortunately. All right. But they say that they will
force them to, like in Libby, give the residents Medicare.
Medicare for all. Libby, Montana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody should have Medicare for all, but that's quote. One DOJ official.
I'm saying you like, if you're gonna slap them on the wrist.
I will bet that this is not Merrick Garland or what's his? Yeah, that's Merrick Garland. That's the guy who's the Attorney General. We will tirelessly pursue justice for the people living in and near East Palestine who, like all Americans, deserve clean air, clean water, and a safe community for their children. Yeah, except that Merrick Garland never met a corporation he didn't love.
Garland Nixon was the Attorney General, but
yes, I agree. If it were Garland Nixon, it'd be a different story. But the Biden administration on Friday took its latest step to hold Norfolk Southern accountable. Of course, they won't hold themselves accountable. No one from the administration like Biden or anyone is really doing anything about it. Mayo Pete gave it that one day casual whatever, but we know that he's not really doing much at this point.
Mayonnaise an instrument?
Mayonnaise, yep. But DOJ sued the company under the Clean Air Act, accusing it of unlawfully polluting the nation's waterways and calling on them to ensure it pays the full cost of environmental cleanup, which we know they won't. They'll leave us holding the bag. When Norfolk Southern train derailed last month, again, you've got Merrick Garland saying it, but that's a prepared statement. With this complaint, the Justice Department and the Environmental Protection Agency are acting to pursue justice. Yeah, he's not really behind this, but he's got to do it. Lawsuit comes almost 2 months. What took them so long? They should have had this lawsuit out a day after they started poisoning the ground. Whatever it takes to make them whole. Right? Officials began again the controlled release. There's the controlled release bullshit again of vinyl chloride to prevent an explosion. Process that sent chemicals including hydrogen chloride, phosgene into the environment. Those chemicals have been known to cause symptoms including headaches, vomiting, rashes. Earlier this month, data showed local levels of dioxin were hundreds of times higher than the threshold for cancer risk. They've got to get these people health. Again, they're going to offer them $9,000 or $10,000 for their house. That's what they're
like literally.
Like literally. I have it here on pretty good authority. I clipped a Facebook post. Where is it? And I sent it actually to somebody who I know. I guess I deleted it already. But I sent them, it was basically people asking the residents in the Facebook group, hey, has anybody called you yet? How much are they offering? And somebody was like, yep, basically if they offer me 10 grand, I'm taking it.
Jesus Christ.
But we're also seeing a problem that a lot of the cities that they're trying to bring this dug up dirt, this contaminated toxic dirt to, they don't want to accept it, and even in their processing plants. You know, Andrew over at Action for Assange, he started making a big stink about his community processing anything that might have come from East Palestine.
Bowler hat provocateur.
The bowler hat man. Love it. Okay. But government officials say toxic levels of contamination have not been detected. Yeah, But a poll by federal, state, local authorities earlier this month found 3/4 of town residents experienced headaches following the derailment and controlled release. I don't even like calling it controlled release. And half had experienced rashes or other skin issues. On Friday, CNN reported that investigators with CDC had also had symptoms. By filing its lawsuit, Assistant AG Todd Kim of the DOJ's Environment and Natural Resources Division, the Biden administration is demanding accountability from Norfolk Southern for the harm this event caused. I will bet that it's Todd Kim that's driving this and not Merrick Garland. I will just bet. He's the environmental guy at Justice. It would make sense that he would be driving this. On top of the fact that Merrick Garland is a shameless corporatist. So he would begrudgingly have no choice but to go along with this because he has to. We will tirelessly pursue justice. We use the quote. In February, the EPA ordered Norfolk Southern to take full responsibility, issuing a legally binding directive. It also demanded the company attend all public meetings, which they didn't, regarding the disaster, after officials refused to meet with the residents following the crash. And I think Erin Brockovich actually was helpful in getting them to the table there. There's Sherrod Brown, key sponsor of multiple recent railway safety bills, applauded the Biden administration for following Ohio's lead and holding Norfolk Southern accountable to the full extent of the law. I mean, look at that. I don't know what you're doing, but that's
trying to get my
man. All right. Norfolk Southern and other rail companies have long lobbied for lax regulations and push workers to abide by strict scheduling system. That's the precision railroading. That rail unions say places profits over safety. And I think that we've seen that over the last few years for sure. And people are talking about, under Trump, there were just as many derailments. Well, he wasn't exactly great when it came to regulations and safety either. So it's not really much of a win or a humble or a brag, gotta say. But Julia Conley, and specifically Common Dreams themselves, who is an Indie Media Award honoree. Check out IndieMediaAwards.com, and you can learn about all the Indie Media Awards. Thank you. Okay, so I'm done with my horrific stories for the week. Thank goodness, man. Nightmare fuel. Nothing but nightmare fuel this week. Oh, and we could have done the Juarez fucking fire too, where 38 people were burned to death in a jail, and the guards just allowed it to happen. I mean, but I really want to talk about the water stuff this week, and so that's that one. And then, of course, the Restrict Act is really important, and I think independent media specifically needs to worry about this, because any one of us can be deemed a foreign state actor. They've tried to do it already with WikiLeaks. It's the way that they're persecuting Julian Assange right now, free Julian Assange. So Reef, I think we're just about ready for some boats. If you are,
yeah.
I don't know what you're scraping over there.
Give me just.
You're very hard at work.
Out of the bottom of my.
I see my man very hard at work. All right, let's check out chat. Got a couple dozen people there. Insanity's Rain, how are you, sir? Good to see you tonight. Cynic Crab. If they aren't going to fix shit like East Palestine, then they shouldn't be charging us taxes if we decide to go and take a hike and live out in the woods. And hard to argue with that one. There you go.
Hard to argue.
10K and a rusty trombone and cancer on top of it and no health care. Right?
Yep.
Merrick Garland wouldn't even step in to help Steven Donziger. Great point. Desert Mantis. Absolutely. Cynic. Yep. You need to move at 1.5 times speed. That's right. To catch up. Judy Garland. Yeah. All these people. Oh, long-term exposure to uranium-238. Yikes. Oh boy. That would be radioactive. That would be quite radioactive.
Radioactive.
Nice. Yeah. Colin Jost, nobody laughed at his jokes, apparently. That was part of the thing over at Saturday Night Live. I don't watch Saturday Night Live. I don't watch corporate TV. Screw corporate TV. They're all paid millionaire loser assholes who are propagandists. Be the change. Todd, what's up, dude? INN, Todd Hunt. What's going on, my brother? Over on the Instagrams. The horticulturist extraordinaire. All right. Let's do some boats, because I need to get rid of this nightmare fuel.
And I watch mindless shit. Boats that smash into other boats.
Yay.
Boats.
Where is it? It's down here, I think.
I don't know.
It's time!
Boats!
Yay! Oh, we're going to see boats and it's going to smash into something.
That's the best bits.
I love it.
And action.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. You better run. Oh, my God. It's like dominoes. Dominoes? Holy shit! Timber! Psh. Ooh, that's a fire. Oh, that's a fire.
Uh-oh. Yep, that's not good.
You guys might not want to run toward that fire.
Like if anything we've learned,
I'd be running the opposite direction. It's a holy ship. Yes, that's right.
The other way.
That's right.
That is not your job. Can you tell me what that boat is?
Nice. That's the Slayer Sailor.
Sailor. Meadow. I just thought that was funny. You've heard of Cocaine Bear. Now there's Marijuana Bear.
He plays Xbox all night and smokes bongs.
This just looks like me.
With ears. With ears.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a cool hoodie though.
Your cans might as well be. That might as well be that.
Yeah.
That's great.
I can get the little cat ears to go on them.
Oh, mastermind! Show me the crane position.
This is, guys. Seriously, how the fuck do you take these on our trees? Can you tell what these are, Indy?
Oh my word! It said medical suppositories.
Medicated suppositories.
What? Why?
Why? Why not?
Ow.
What?
I don't think you're supposed to smoke those. You're not supposed to smoke those.
Okay, I got it. Do I smell like weed? Nah. Do I smell like weed? Nah, you good. Two motherfuckers that smell like weed.
Yeah.
Gillies.
I resemble that remark.
Teaching someone how to roll be like?
Nice.
Is that
Nice.
Mr. Miyagi.
Paint the fence. That's right.
Paint the fence. Jacket on, jacket off. When you're stoned at your minimum wage kitchen job and you see Gordon Ramsay walk in with a camera crew.
Huh?
Shit. Like,
Huh? That's the Mummy, Brendan Fraser.
What else we got?
Nice. Little
You need
Tykes.
this? Yeah.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Somebody's going to jail for that shit.
You think? Think?
No.
I mean, that's a really big joint.
Or just a miniature Little Tykes ashtray.
Nah, dude, big joint.
I think
No,
somebody
big
got
joint. I
fun.
can
Somebody
drink.
had some fun with an ashtray.
Yeah, I think that's 3D printed.
That's great.
But real good resolution on that.
Baby's first ashtray is literally
Yeah.
nice.
NBA players now allowed to smoke weed without being penalized.
Okay, dude, look at the date on the fucking
Finally.
article.
I know.
Look
What,
at the date on the
2023?
article.
April 1st. April 1st.
Yeah. Why do you
Uh-huh.
think April 1st? That's not real, folks.
Why would it not be? It's still up.
Bro, this is an April Fool's joke.
Okay, no, it's not.
This is an
But,
April
okay.
Fool's joke. 100%.
In
They
a
would no
statement
longer
posted to
randomly
Twitter, the
test.
National Basketball Players Association. Specific details will be made available once a term sheet is finalized.
Right. Meaning that nothing happened.
Okay. Whatever.
Good try. That's a good try. They got
Just
you.
kind of randomly testing play. No, I think they got you. You know, the news still happens on April 1st. I'm just saying.
No, nothing happens April
Anyway,
1st.
this
It's all
guy's
just
happy.
fucking with us.
This guy's happy about it. This guy's happy about it. Oh, we faded.
Is he even like sure that he's in the front row?
That's hilarious, dude.
That is pretty damn funny.
You're fucking at a Lakers game, just
Bro, he's in a
blitz.
$2,000 seat, and he doesn't even know it.
Yeah, I know. He just ended up there. All right. You ready for this? All right, and action.
Okay, I see the green Easter egg. Oh, he's tired.
He's like, it was too early for this shit.
Aww. What are you doing?
Oh, I forgot I could do this now. I forgot I could do that. We probably should do that.
Yeah.
Go back in time before the days of copyright.
Hey. Yeah, well, we get hit with copyright crap just about every week, and it demonetizes the stream on INN. So we're hoping that this will at least say, "Hey, YouTube, this is fair use."
Yeah, fuck you.
Sorry, everybody.
Fuck you, YouTube.
All right, what do we got? Or Dad Zone.
Oh.
Good reflexes.
Let's run that back, Colin.
Oh. Oh, I think you've done that one before. Hi, Richie.
Have I? Richie, number 10.
Number 10.
Lucky
Ding.
number 10. Ding. Here we go.
Strike.
I haven't done this one before.
Number 10 out of strike.
And action.
Oh.
Now turn the other cheek.
No, it's good. Yeah, I'll turn the other cheek. I'll hip check her right into the couch.
Would you? Oh God!
It's into the couch. I mean, it's into the couch. It's okay. It's your kid.
What if this was your kid?
Happiness? Happy penis. No, happiness. Happy penis.
It's happy.
Well, he's not wrong.
Yep. Yep. What else we got? Oh, I should be closing these.
Yes.
Can I do? Hold on.
Can you count backwards?
Yes, it's going to scroll fair use the whole time, Cynic. Because otherwise, we don't know which video they hit us on.
Can you count?
Unless you all want to go over to Rockfin.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In which case, I'll turn off YouTube and we'll just go to Rockfin. Or Rumble. You tell me what you want to do, because I've been talking about this.
I can also turn off the scrolly thing. Let's do that.
Thank you.
That's easy enough to do.
It is kind of distracting.
It is in here. There we go.
Nice. Okay, that's a little better.
For that.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What happened?
Oh, she was counting backwards.
Oh.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, she's going backwards. Well,
yeah.
She did listen. That's a smart kid. Literally did what she asked. Did what you asked. Literally did what you asked me to do. What do you want me to do, Daddy?
Here we go. This one's good.
Portrait.
You draw them. No, you do it. Daddy can't do it. That's that's illegal.
Draw chalk boobies?
Yeah.
Oh no.
My boobies.
My boobies. Sure.
My boobies.
Uh-huh.
It's just like a fucking Yeti. It's adorable. This one's pretty good. I can see you doing this.
Ooh, that's too big. Is that too big? No, it's fine. Too big. That is huge. That is way too big of a face. Oh my gosh, it's totally huge.
Hey, do you think Dinosaur wants some cake?
Knock it off. Ellie, don't even start with him. No.
Do you think Datasaur wants some cake?
Frank, knock it off. That's what Mr. Don't. Frank,
yeah. No, I would totally not. Is she having a date? Somebody was going out on a date? Oh, he's not done yet.
I'm sorry.
Okay, he couldn't hold character himself. That's very good.
This was pretty good.
Like,
look at that one.
Oh, her face is great. That's got to be AI.
Right as the fucking. It's not. It was like right as the fucking picture's being taken.
Wait a minute.
Like,
so they're both holding the one. She must have been holding the other one in her other arm, and he wiggled out, and that's an amazing picture. That's an amazing picture.
Yeah, this was swinging was happening.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the upside down kid on the left. I'm looking at the kid in the green.
I know.
I can't even see that kid yet. I can't even see him yet.
They were swinging this kid.
Yes, I get that.
They were swinging this kid. Like, they were swinging this guy. And then this guy she's like,
what?
Oh, like, it's at the top of the swing.
The
and
hell?
She, like, messed up. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, murdered. Oh, you know, they say you were dropped on your head as a kid, weren't you?
Yeah.
That kid literally was dropped on his head as a kid. That's why it's Billy and brain damage. That's right, Insanities. That's right.
Yep.
He nailed it. You knew. Okay.
So have you done the trolley problem?
Is this Republican versus Democrat? Yes.
Yep. So like which one would you choose?
Uh-huh. All of them?
Like you choose all of them?
Uh-oh, Nicholas. This train is going to crash into these 5 people. Should we move the train to go this way, or should we let it go that way? Which way should the train go?
And now let's crash it into 6 people. Yeah. You're raising a psychopath.
Uh-oh. Yep.
Congratulations. You've just given birth to a psychopath. Hmm?
Here. Exit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Are you ready for this one?
Oh, boy.
And action.
Oh. What? Oh.
Ooh. Ooh. The face. Ooh. I did it.
Oh, what? Is
a
that
67-pound goldfish? That's a goldfish.
Oh. I'm not going to eat that.
Like, if a regular goldfish has a 3-second memory, how long does that thing have?
That is enormous. Okay.
Anyway.
Next.
Ah! Look at this angry martini.
Ah! Kitty! Oh my goodness. Those are some teeth you don't want to fuck with. I think he's going to eat his way out of that cone.
You think?
That cone of shame is gonna go hard.
I love the caption. Look at this angry martini. That's the best bit.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god. What else I got? Oh my god.
Oh, what
is Raisin Kitty?
What?
Look at him. Oh, Raisin Kitty.
Is that a cat? I guess.
Yes.
I guess that's what that
that's
is.
One of those, like Sphinx.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Yeesh. Okay.
The Raisin Kitty.
I don't think that's cute at all. Sorry. Sorry, Cynic. No, that's not cute. The one in the cone was cute.
That's not cute. The one in the cone was cute. What about this one? The cat really pushed the camera over to show me the dog was chewing on my remote.
Oh, shit.
Look at the dog. Dog straight up chewing the remote.
Cat's a fucking narc.
Like, whoa.
Cats are dicks. That's your friend, man. You sell out. Narc.
Like, straight up. Why can't I get this?
I get it.
There we go.
Cats are dicks.
Yeah.
I hate cats.
Cats are dicks. He's honest. Lawful good.
Cops. A cab, dude. A cab.
A cab.
A cat.
Here we go. This is just
a cat. All cats are dicks. Grace. A cat. Oh.
The grace. The majesty.
The wrinkles.
The wrinkles. It just like,
wow.
You know,
that's a lot of skin. He lost a lot of weight last
call her
year.
Skinny?
She lost.
Would you call her skinny?
That heifer lost a lot of weight.
That heifer lost a lot of weight. She's skinny now.
That's right.
This is like, it would be so hard. Like, video games would have difficulty with this like physics here. You know, that's like a high fabric sim.
Screw Google. Looks like my ex running to greet me. Oh my god, that's great.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow, just flap everywhere, huh? That's adorable. Okay. Oh.
And action. No. No, I don't like.
Oh, I'm tired of your shit. I gotta stretch your eyes out. Scratch your eyes out.
He was very cute though for a bit. Then he wasn't.
That's what cats do. They're cute for the first 3 times, and then get out of here.
Oh God, this one. And here we go.
Bagel, no! Bagel!
Go! Oh, no! No! What the fuck? Oh, dude! Oh my God, that's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is me when I'm 70, right there.
Hold on.
No, no, no.
Like... There we go.
That's not. There you go.
There we go.
Hit it.
Bagel, no! Bagel! Bagel!
Oh! Haircut bagel.
That's so good.
Haircut bagel.
Dude, he looks like fucking Friar Tuck.
He looks like a monkey.
Like Larry David.
He looks like a monkey.
So good.
Oh my God. I'm dying.
Poor bagel.
A mug from Kathmandu. Holy shit.
Kathmandu.
Dude, mastermind winner. Oh, that's a winner.
Oh,
okay.
All right. Here we go. And action. He's putting it in the shower.
That's a good place to get a drink.
Like, why?
He's thirsty.
Well,
He's drinking that right off his whiskers.
Like,
an awful lot of water.
I thought they didn't like water. What else we got? This one's good.
Oh, Cynic, you don't have to delete anything. You're funny. You're good.
Ascending thing.
Okay,
right,
shoot.
And action. Do 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 do.
Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it, or is he gonna belly flop? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Blah! Oh. That is not graceful. That was not graceful. That had not much grace.
You try doing it.
Well, no thank you.
You ready for this one?
Mm-hmm. Whoa. That's an awful close-up.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
I don't see what's funny. I don't see what's funny about that. I don't see what's funny about that at all.
It's so funny.
Is it the dog or is it Indy? Is it the dog or is it Indy? Reef likes to have a little fun.
I do like to have a little fun.
It's okay.
And action.
Round eel pit. It's underneath my garage. It's an old rainwater cistern that I converted into a fish pond. It currently houses 12 American eels and about 5 gar. This first eel is the biggest. This is Crunchwrap Supreme. He's definitely the tamest of the eels. He's always the first one out to eat. But yeah, he comes right up, lets me pick him up, lets me mess with him. But yeah, these are all American eels. They were all actually caught in Maine. A lot of times people eat these, but they also make actually pretty amazing pets. This is my platinum alligator gar, Garlic. He's going to end up, once he outgrows the 500, in the eel pit also. I also have an albino gar named Garfield. This eel here, his name is Shaquille. And then
come on. Come on.
Left, they're Jason, Gar,
you know why.
Gar Chomp. But yeah, everyone's doing amazing down here.
You know why they call him Shaquille, right?
An eel. Yeah, because he's an eel.
Shaq Eel.
Yeah.
but it's also
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille.
Shaquille. It's a double.
Screw Google. Yeah, I watched this guy. Oh wait, more like YouTube Shorts makes me watch this guy. Yeah, fuck you, YouTube. Shaquille O'Neal. There you go, Rick.
Ever getting
Yep.
chased by an alligator, they say to run zigzag. But I don't
Crunch
think that's
Wrap
gonna work.
Supreme
That'd
is
be
my
free.
favorite eel.
Where'd you go? Peekaboo.
Whoa.
Peekaboo.
I would not get that close to the gator.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
And I'm going to show you my teeth to tell you, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be stupid.
So
what? Wait, what?
Here we go.
What?
What Andrew Zigman gets his special significant others, you know?
What? What is that? What is that?
Raccoon penis earrings.
For $25?
That's what you fucking noticed. Oh shit. Next
Actually,
to the fucking Pow Mia.
Actually, I think I'm not sure if those are the earrings or the ones that are on the wood. I think those look more like what they actually would be, because those look way too long. In theory, to belong to a raccoon, that would have to be one awfully large raccoon.
I mean, raccoons that's about right. All right. Just fucking nature. Why you like this?
What? Oh my god! It's eating the plastic, isn't it?
No, it's eating like.
What the hell's in that straw?
Kern. Like corn or something like that.
Oh my god! What the hell? Kill it! Kill it!
Would you like to? Would you like to know why that's like that?
No.
Okay. So there's the issue of birds where what will happen is they will make a nest. Here, I need to follow. There we go. And there will be nest robbers that will put their eggs in the nest.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that like the other bird takes care of your offspring. Right? They'll make the eggs will look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But
decoys.
That pattern on the inside of the mouth, which like the mother can see, right? Which is like genetically different, and the other bird wouldn't see.
Weird.
Right? So that's how you would know to feed this bird. Would be like, oh, this is my eggs.
Huh.
Like it's like a fucking QR code for fucking life. Like you know.
Everybody says kill it dead. So
Yeah. It's definitely fucking HR Geegerian.
oh my god. That's so creepy. Next.
Isn't it?
Yeesh.
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 What else I got? So
what?
This is a Spotify carriage. We know daylight savings equals darker commutes. Connect your Bluetooth to this carriage speaker and brighten up the journey for those around you.
Wait a minute.
Like, yes. Just take your phone.
Two bears, one cave.
Connect via Bluetooth. Like,
two bears, one cave.
Or like
the Joe Rogan Experience. Or
you could play our show.
Or Jesse Jet. By any chance, if you were so inclined.
You know,
like, what was that
other
thing?
Things?
Gamers asking what was that thing that was in the hand.
It was a bird.
It was a baby bird.
It was a Goldian Finch chick specifically.
Creepy. Okay.
But yeah, I just thought this has got to be a great idea.
That's got to be it's got to be England. doing that.
Yeah.
Looks like the Tube.
The Tube. All right, do
Tube.
you recognize that?
That's center field.
You recognize this stadium of?
I
Can you tell
I need
what
to
stadium?
see it for not from a blurry angle.
Dodgers.
Okay. Oh, I heard about this. Boom! We got blasted. Yeah, get fitting for a WrestleMania main event tonight.
God, what? Oh, you'll like this one. Have you heard about this? So, scientists grow a mammoth flesh in a lab to make a prehistoric meatball, but they're too afraid to eat it in case ancient protein proves deadly.
Cheeseburgers, Randy? I'll eat it.
So here it is. Here it is.
Just put some Rayos on that shit. I'm in.
This is the meatball.
That's a spicy meatball.
That's a spicy meatball. Yes, it is. Look, it's meatball.
It's meatball. It's meatball. It's literally a meatball. Oh, for those who don't know Aqua Teen Hunger Force, that is fucking awesome. And somebody turned that into meatwad. Do what now? Do what now?
So, did you
France?
see this over the weekend?
Was that France?
Yeah. Yes, it is. But look at this fucking hero here.
He's fighting the water cannon.
Just taking the water cannon like straight up. Just literally with like a tie guard, son. Just
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Did you see?
Meatball got the money, see? Yeah. Yeah. Screw Google knows what I'm talking about. Wow. Meatball got the money.
Look at this fucking.
Yeah.
Look at this flag, dude.
I think we all used to watch Aqua Teen.
Oh, this is a flag at the protests. I love it. It's just an angry face.
Jesse can do a perfect meatwad. Of course he can. Is there anything that dude can't do? Amazing.
Yeah.
But what now?
Meatwad
is my cam companion. I love it.
It's very good.
He's on Tuesday, I believe. I believe we're doing another American Tradition Tuesday. We'll cover that afterwards.
It's an American tradition.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
You see this flag?
Yes.
You saw this flag, right?
Yes. Okay. Angry face.
Angry
Looks like
face
Macron.
Flag. So, company owner decided to stop paying his drivers.
Yep.
So one of them parked their semi on the owner's Ferrari and just left it there. Look at the Ferrari under there.
Yep. Oh, I've seen this.
Look at that Ferrari.
Look at them.
This is just chef's kiss.
Yeah, till they hand you the bill for the damage.
Well, you know, it was me, Spartacus. Like, it is I, Spartacus. All right, dude, this fucking shit. He goes to coach number 1.
Oh!
Bam! Hip throw.
Oh, he got tossed. Nice.
Fucking amazing. Amazing little hip throw, little lat drop. With
Don't
a
mess with your
clean
coaches.
reversal, but
I would say that she painted that.
Reversed.
I would say that's
She
painted.
painted that. And this is like a tattoo.
Is that
probably.
the Joker?
The Joker? Joker? It's
Baby Joker?
huh?
It's fucking Baby Joker's
Joker?
wife. It's Mrs. Baby Joker.
It's fucking Casper. Mrs. Baby Joker.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I just fucking eyebrows on fleek, you know what I'm saying?
Woo. Yeah, she's super surprised. That's right, Mastermind.
This one's good. All right. And action.
What is that, beaver bucks? Got her a little cooler cash going on. A little bit of lettuce out of her lady garden. A little bit of coot loot. Little front butt fiver. For my friends down south of the border, that is a little down there dinero. A little bit of pink lady pesos. She just pulled out a little bit of scratch from hers. I can't even. Y'all tell me the best ones you can come up with.
Some of the best ones.
That's not where I thought that was going, but that's funny. Is this Raphael Warnock?
You seen this one? Raphael Warnock? I don't know. Oh, we gotta go to church.
It's Raphael Warnock. Isn't that
Do
Warnock?
you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free? Yes, sir. Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I thought I like women. Women. I like women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
Good for you. I say,
good for you.
I say, good for you.
Good for you. Oh God.
Hey.
How much you want to bet that actually worked?
All they need is to love a good woman. That's what they say, right? All you need is to love a good woman. Well,
just pray it away. Pray it away.
Well,
pray it away.
Sure, buddy. It's right. There you go. Sure, buddy.
Bat van.
Bat hearse. It's Bat's hearse.
Oh.
Dude, look at the wings.
The wings?
On the back.
Got a Red Bull?
It might as well.
Oh. And here. And action.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, they had to let him go to get the bull. I love it. Nice. They should have worked that out beforehand.
What are friends for?
That's right.
This one's called I Like Trains.
Oh, I don't like trains very much. But that looks like a tin can.
Action.
You're good. You're good. You're good. Clear. Clear. Clear.
Stop. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
I don't know who made that. Who overlaid that audio? That's really good.
It's fucking great.
That's very good.
Oh God.
Ow.
Why women live longer. This is what this was called.
Is an axe leg thing that I.
Oh, this is I made a thing on YouTube.
Well,
FYI, very, very amazing YouTube channel.
Built, which can easily chop through a cow's leg bone.
What? I thought it was a set of nuts.
Now, last time I used this exoskeleton, I think I broke my toe. So this time, I added more protection for my feet by welding up a brace and also upgraded the springs on the side for heaps more power.
Jesus.
And also welded this big axe on the front. And now I can do a lot more kicking.
Bro, it's Wolverine.
That's it.
Are you alright? Yeah, but also it's stuck.
Help me, step bro.
How about take off the exoskeleton off your leg, dude? No? Guess not. That's too difficult. No, just get another human being to lift me out of the tree.
Yeah. I have some more.
Oh my goodness. It's like our ending with a bang.
And
oh no. No, no, no! What are you? No! Okay, that's the wrong way. You don't want that to start.
You don't want that to start. You don't want that to start.
If that starts going, you're going to be in a lot of pain and a lot of blood real fast. Oh my god. He literally was straddling a chainsaw and trying to start it.
What this guy says is what kills me, man.
You can't fix stupid, I guess.
Oh, God damn. Fuck me to tears. Mother.
Fuck me to tears.
What are you doing
Like,
walking over by somebody who's swinging a golf club, schmuck? I know he's drunk.
He got shinned.
Graduate here. Oh, God damn. Fuck me to tears. Mother.
Fuck me to tears. My God.
Okay. Well.
Anyway.
Don't walk near somebody with a golf club. Valuable lesson.
We gotta test the equipment.
What do you do with your equipment? You gotta test it. That's right.
Oh, fuck.
No.
All right, hold on. And action. Okay,
That's
go.
awfully close range. Oh! Oh! Why? Yeah, again, why women live longer than men.
You gotta test it.
You need to test your equipment before you use it, Rabbit.
You need to test your equipment.
What do we do, Rabbit? We
fuck.
test it.
Oh, this
what
is
the?
Donald Trump's
blurst
fucking
armor?
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking
Looks like Donald Duck's armor.
Anyway. So you'll like this. Let's see if I can zoom these.
Okay.
So, too much. Back one. A guy on Tinder used ChatGPT on me. His first message was addressing all the points on my profile. My first thought was that this guy actually read my whole profile and attempted to strike a conversation with, like, every point. What a catch. It wasn't until I mentioned I was sick after a few messages, which prompted him to send me tips on recovery. And that was when ChatGPT's sentence and paragraph structure became extremely obvious to me. When I called him out on it, he confessed he used it because he doesn't have the energy to hold a conversation and didn't think I'd notice. So basically, he was putting my messages and info into ChatGPT and letting it do all the thinking and writing. Gotta appreciate the innovative thinking.
Welcome to corporate America 2023, folks.
Shit. Yep.
Bro, half the jobs today are figuring out how to get GPT to do your job for you right now. Like, yeah. Yes, we are.
So,
but now they're literally outsourcing
things.
Tinder dating to ChatGPT.
Right.
Dude, when you can't even spend the time to try to get laid. Okay, let's get some bangs.
All right.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Boom. When that top comes off, that's highly pressurized. Highly pressurized. No, I knew it was coming.
Oh, God. It's so anxiety-inducing, him, like, pulling it apart. Like...
Win stupid prizes. That's right.
Yep. All right, this one's pretty good. You ready? And action. I love the fucking shock waves.
Whoa. What? Wow.
That first one is wild.
Oh, wow. It's literally shaking the whole
Anyway.
pipe that he's in.
The whole pipe. Yep. Whole tunnel. Secret
Whatever.
tunnel. Is fucking morning.
Again, women live longer. What the fuck? What the fuck did he shoot? What did he shoot?
Tannerite. Tannerite.
Oh. Bap. Yo, that almost took his head off. Damn.
That was Casper.
Fucking morning.
It was fucking Bam Bam.
All right. Underwater nuclear test in 1958. Wow,
I mean,
check this
we're gonna
out.
have bangs.
I'm down. Move your mouse. There you go. Wow! It looks like a mountain.
Yep.
Oh, and then there's the mushroom. That can't be healthy.
If you just put this on loop, you could probably like use it for white noise. You know.
East Palestine, we see you. More.
Yeah, that was probably the cavitation.
Damn.
Like that would have made a vacuum.
Sebastian, love that radiation.
Yep.
Yep. My friend burned herself exactly like that. It's called a pressure cooker. That's right. So that
yep.
So that was boats.
Well, that was boats.
That was boats. We got through another week and then through another edition of boats. All right. Slideshow on. And we're back to this. All right. So this week on INN, since I decided to get a little bit more organized and actually figure out what do we say at the end. We've got Alternative Angle with Crab and Chris. That's what they've decided to call their show this week. We'll see how long that lasts. Tuesday, American Tradition with Jesse Jett.
It's an American tradition.
Yep.
Every
Wednesday.
time I hear crab, I think of that guy in what was that show where he had the list of people he had to like go help? My name is, what is it, Earl?
Oh yes, my name is Earl. That's right.
Yeah.
Wednesday, United for East Palestine people are going to be on INN News, whether that's Alex, Jenna, or Emily. I'm not sure which of the three combination-wise. We'll find out. Friday night, Alex was on with Misty on her radio show, so check that out. It's actually on mistywinston.substack.com. One of the most recent articles is Alex Felix from United for East Palestine, and you can actually listen to it on Spotify. Thursday, we don't have anything planned yet. Friday, Tara will have another amazing guest. She had Dmitry Polyansky on last week, who is the Russian ambassador to the UN. Also, don't forget...
We had Jesse, right?
Jesse's scheduled for Tuesday, as far as I know, yep.
It's an American tradition.
Yeah, I already got that. James, Cash App, $ James Fauntleroy, all one word. Look up JB Font so he can go see his grandma. JesseJet.bandcamp.com. You can download, and then the sky slammed shut. Throw him a couple of bucks. Hook him up. Angel in the afternoons on INN and on his channel. Angel Rivera, the Handsome Cynic. 2:15 p.m. Eastern most afternoons. April 11th, D.C. for Julian. It will be the 4-year anniversary since he was taken from the Ecuadorian embassy. Misty is organizing an action in front of the Justice Department. And finally,
OJ,
when it comes to the Restrict Act,
Pennsylvania.
yes, right up the road from the White House. But when it comes to the Restrict Act, also, you can call your representatives and your senators and tell them, do not vote for this. On the Data Act on the House side. But definitely call your representatives and call your senators and tell them that this is fascism. This is censorship. This is not. Come on, man. Yeah, seriously. So, and then next week, we're talking to our friend Kit Cabello from Hardlands Media about joining us for How Do We Miss That? And he'll be co-host with Reef and I next Sunday night. So looking forward to that. No, we do want Kit to come. That's not nice.
Who are these people?
Yeah, don't come. Don't come, Donald. We already know all about that. Stormy Daniels knows all about that. We all do.
Oh.
Yeah, correct. Wow. Yeah, so now then for tonight and for every night, free Julian Assange until he is freed. Absolutely. But I will say keep questioning everybody's motivations.
Keep listening to what little birds have to tell you.
Night, everybody.
I think I liked it better being blind when I couldn't read between the lines and when I couldn't see the cracks in the structure that lay bare before me the whole time. I think I liked it better back when I suspended disbelief and swallowed pride. I thought I knew the difference in the red from the blue, but they both bleed us so dry. They both bleed us so dry. My favorite songs don't hit the same way. I get to the end of a 4-minute track and I'm only looking back thinking,